This is the story of a father who, instead of praising his hardworking son, mocked him in front of friends and relatives, and a son who kept sacrificing in silence, only wishing for one thing: his father's love and pride. In a small, bustling neighborhood of narrow streets and familiar faces lived Aamir, a young man in his late 20s. He was known by everyone as hardworking and determined. From sunrise to late into the night, Aamir worked tirelessly, sometimes at construction sites, sometimes delivering packages. Anything that could earn him enough to support his family. His father, Naeem, once a shopkeeper, had left work years ago and now spent most of his days at home or sitting at the local tea stall with friends. Unfortunately, Naeem had developed a habit that deeply wounded his son. He constantly criticized Aamir in front of neighbors, relatives, and even strangers. "He doesn't earn enough. He doesn't take care of me properly. He's not as smart as other young men," Naeem would say, laughing with his friends as though it was a harmless joke. But to Aamir, those words were knives. He never complained. He never argued. He simply worked harder, silently hoping his father would one day notice his sacrifices. One afternoon, Aamir returned from work, tired and dusty, carrying groceries for the house. As he entered the street, he noticed his father surrounded by neighbors. Naeem was laughing loudly, saying, "My son? Oh, he works all day but still can't give me the life I deserve. I don't know what he does with his money." The neighbors chuckled awkwardly. But Aamir, he froze. Those words in front of the whole neighborhood. The groceries slipped from his hands. He didn't say a word. He just walked past his father, straight into his room, and locked the door. That night, he left the house without a goodbye. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Aamir rented a small room near his workplace. He sent money home regularly, enough for his father to live comfortably, but he stopped visiting, stopped calling, stopped talking. For Naeem, the silence was like a slow-burning fire. At first, he told himself, he'll come back. He's just upset. But as months passed, the house grew emptier. Meals felt tasteless. The laughter at the tea stall no longer felt sweet. One evening, a relative told him, "Naeem Bhai, I think you hurt your son more than you realize. You should talk to him before it's too late." Those words sank deep into Naeem's heart. That night, he lay awake, remembering every harsh thing he had ever said. He realized the truth. I broke my own son's heart with my words. One rainy evening, Naeem decided to go see Aamir. He reached the small apartment and knocked. When the door opened, Aamir stood there, thinner, more tired, but still the same son who had once laughed and joked with him. Naeem's eyes filled with tears. "My son, I am sorry," he whispered. "I should have been your shelter, not the one tearing you down. I was wrong, so wrong." They sat down. The silence between them was heavy, but different this time. It was not made of anger, but of unspoken love. Finally, Aamir spoke, his voice breaking. "Baba, I just wanted you to be proud of me." Naeem reached across the table and held his son's hands. "I am proud of you, more than you'll ever know." That night, they ate together for the first time in months. The conversation was slow, awkward at moments, but it carried something precious, healing. By the end of the evening, both father and son smiled through their tears. The silence that once separated them had been replaced with an unspoken promise. Never again will we let pride or careless words steal our love.